In Pivot, the only move that matters is your next one. Jenny Blake offers a practical, yet deeply philosophical, guide to navigating career transitions. Unlike many career change books that focus exclusively on job hunting strategies or advice on finding your passion, Blake takes a more nuanced approach. She argues that career pivots are a natural and necessary part of a fulfilling professional life, especially in a world where change is constant. The core idea behind the book is that we all face moments when we feel disconnected from our work, uncertain about our next step, or ready to explore new opportunities. Instead of avoiding change or trying to cling to an outdated path, Blake encourages us to embrace these moments as pivotal points of transformation. Blake's approach is rooted in the concept of a pivot, a term she defines as a mindful shift in direction. Unlike the more drastic concept of a reinvention, a pivot is a smaller, more strategic shift that takes what you already know and adapts it to new circumstances. She argues that a pivot doesn't require throwing everything away or starting from scratch, it's about making intentional changes to the path you're on by identifying new opportunities within your existing framework. This makes pivoting a less daunting and more empowering choice for those who feel like they need a change but don't want to completely abandon their current experience or identity. The book begins by exploring the psychology behind career pivots. Blake explains that many people experience feelings of being stuck or lost in their careers, often due to societal pressures to conform to certain definitions of success, such as climbing the corporate ladder or sticking to a predetermined career path. These pressures can create a sense of dissatisfaction or a feeling that we have missed our chance for something better. Blake invites readers to reframe this way of thinking by recognizing that pivoting is an act of agency. Rather than waiting for external circumstances to dictate your career, you have the power to redefine your own path, based on your changing interests, skills, and goals. A key part of the pivoting process, Blake argues, is self-awareness. Before making any moves, it's essential to take stock of where you are, what you truly enjoy, and what you're naturally good at. This self-assessment isn't just about identifying your skills and strengths, it's also about understanding your deeper motivations and what you value most in your work and life. Blake encourages readers to ask themselves questions like, what activities make me feel energized and engaged, and what do I care about most in the world? These insights become crucial in helping you identify which direction your pivot should take and what kind of work will give you long-term satisfaction. Once you've gained clarity about what you want, Blake walks readers through the process of testing out their new direction in real time. Rather than making grand, irreversible decisions, she suggests starting small by experimenting with various opportunities that align with your desired pivot. These could be side projects, freelance gigs, or informational interviews, anything that allows you to dip your toes in the water before fully committing. This process of experimentation is crucial because it allows you to gather feedback and adjust your direction as needed. Blake calls this, testing the waters, and emphasizes that it's not about making a giant leap of faith, but about taking manageable risks and learning from each step. Blake also talks about the importance of embracing a growth mindset when pivoting. In her view, pivoting isn't just about changing jobs or industries. It's about adopting a new way of thinking that allows you to approach challenges with flexibility and resilience. She explains that a growth mindset is key to overcoming the natural fear and discomfort that comes with making changes in your career. Instead of fearing failure or uncertainty, a growth mindset encourages you to see challenges as opportunities for learning and growth. This shift in perspective helps reduce the anxiety around change and empowers you to take bold, strategic action without worrying about getting everything perfect from the start. The book also addresses the role of networks and relationships in a successful pivot. Blake emphasizes that career transitions are rarely done in isolation. It's essential to surround yourself with a supportive community, mentors, and colleagues who can offer guidance, feedback, and encouragement along the way. She suggests reaching out to people who have made similar pivots or who work in the areas you're interested in, and learning from their experiences. Networking isn't just about finding job opportunities, it's about building relationships with people who can help you clarify your vision and open doors for new opportunities. One of the key takeaways from the book is that pivoting requires flexibility, not just in your career but in your mindset. As Blake points out, the path to a fulfilling career isn't linear, and it's rarely straightforward. The process of pivoting involves a series of adjustments, recalibrations, and tweaks, often leading to new directions that you may not have initially considered. Rather than feeling like a failure or a sign that you're lost, these detours are simply part of the process of figuring out what truly fits for you. Blake stresses that it's important to be open to these twists and turns, as they often lead to the most unexpected and rewarding opportunities. Another important aspect of pivoting is managing fear and uncertainty. Many people hesitate to make a change because they're afraid of the unknown. Blake recognizes that fear is a natural part of the pivoting process and offers practical strategies for dealing with it. One of these strategies is to break down the pivot into smaller, less intimidating steps. Rather than focusing on the entire change all at once, Blake advises taking one manageable action at a time, which helps reduce the feeling of being overwhelmed. This approach helps build momentum and confidence, making the transition feel more manageable. Blake also discusses the role of resilience in successful pivots. Career change often involves facing setbacks, doubts, and periods of ambiguity, but the key to navigating these challenges is developing resilience. Blake suggests cultivating resilience by focusing on small wins and practicing gratitude for the progress you've made, rather than dwelling on what hasn't yet worked. This mindset not only helps you stay motivated but also keeps you moving forward, even when things don't go as planned. The book offers specific frameworks and tools for evaluating opportunities and making decisions during a pivot. One of the key tools Blake introduces is the fear-setting exercise, which helps you address the WCRSTK scenarios and break them down logically to reduce the fear around taking risks. Another tool is the success metrics framework, which allows you to evaluate your progress toward your goals and assess whether the pivot is working. These tools provide a structured approach to pivoting, ensuring that decisions are made thoughtfully and deliberately. In Pivot, Blake also offers advice on navigating the emotional side of career transitions. She acknowledges that career change is often accompanied by feelings of loss, sadness, or anxiety, especially if the previous career path was a significant part of your identity. Blake encourages readers to honor these feelings while also taking proactive steps toward the new chapter they are creating. Acknowledging the emotional complexity of a pivot allows you to move through the transition with greater self-compassion and understanding. Blake's book is both practical and motivational, offering tangible advice while also encouraging readers to trust themselves and their intuition. She stresses that the process of pivoting is not about finding an immediate or perfect solution but about staying engaged with the process, embracing change, and continually recalibrating. Career pivots, she writes, are not just about jobs, they are about creating a life that aligns with your evolving values, passions, and goals. Ultimately, Pivot provides a refreshing perspective on career change. Blake frames the pivot not as a daunting or overwhelming event, but as an ongoing process of self-discovery and growth. By focusing on mindful shifts and embracing flexibility, resilience, and experimentation, readers are empowered to navigate career transitions with confidence and purpose. Through small, intentional steps, you can take control of your career and create a path that feels both fulfilling and sustainable.